Welcome back. I feel like I need to throw out a disclaimer. It's Dressed Like a Kid Day, which is why I'm rocking my Cheeto hoodie and my zip sticker. But we're going to talk about two things today that will make us all feel a little more grown up. One is how to count back change, and two is how to sign a signature. At some point, you may work a concession stand or a yard sale or some other type of fundraiser where you have to be the one to count back the change. Or if you're not counting back the change, it's still good to make sure the person giving you your change is giving you the correct amount. So it's good to know how to do it so that you can check other people's math when they're giving you your money back. I know I get really nervous working the concession stand sometimes. Math doesn't come really naturally to me. That's why when I became a teacher, I taught language arts. Doing math in my head is something I've had to practice a lot to get better at. So you want to make sure you're able to check other people's math, even if it's your principal at the concession stand giving the change back. I might screw it up.
When I was younger, I was a Girl Scout, and I always helped with our Girl Scout cookie booths, and I would have to count back change when we were getting cookies. So people would buy a box of cookies, and it was $3.50, and they would hand us a $5 bill, and I always just looked at my mom and was like, how do I do this? And she had to teach me how to add the 50 cents and then the dollar or two and then pick it back up to where I needed to be.
So when I started working at Newlands, I wasn't really quick at counting back change, but then once I worked there long enough, I got quicker at, using the quarters and the nickels and the dimes and the pennies to add everything up. But I was training a girl one time, and she was in high school, and to count back 47 cents, she got out 4 dimes and then counted out 7 pennies, and it was just really embarrassing that she didn't know how to count back change.
Let's pretend like I am working at a concession stand, and this is my money box. This is the change I can give people back. So I've got my 1s, my 5s, my 10s, my pennies, my nickels, my dimes, and my quarters. Somebody comes up, and their total brings up at $4.72. They hand me a $5 bill. So I've got to give their change back. Don't overcomplicate this. It's not that hard. All I have to do is count up from $4.72 using my change. So I always start with the change side. I'm starting at 72 cents, and I'm going to start counting up. So $4.72, $4.73, $4.74, $4.75. And I know once I get to 75 cents, all I need is a quarter to make it $5. So their change would be 28 cents. That's what I have in my hand right here is 28 cents. Let's check my math. So $5 minus $4.72 equals 28 cents. Let's try it again. This time, their total is $7.49, and they give me a $10 bill. So I'm going to start again with the change. So $7.49, $7.50. I just need 50 more cents to get to $8. And then $8, $9, $10. So I counted up. $7.49, $7.50, $8, $9, $10. So their change is $2.51. Let's check it again. $10 minus $7.49 is $2.51. One more time. This time their total is $11.18. They give me $15. So I'm going to start counting up from $11.18 until I get to $15, again starting with the change. So $11.18, $11.19, $11.20. I'm going to add a nickel to get to $11.25, and then I need 3 quarters to get the rest of the way to $12. And then 12, 13, 14, 15. So their change would be $3.82. Let's make sure I'm right. $15 minus $11.18 equals $3.82. So we've been talking about bank accounts. One of the things you'll have to do when you open your bank account is sign a signature card. Your signature is personal to you. So when you sign that signature card, they're going to put it on file. And then anytime you come in to withdraw money or sign something, they're going to check it against the signature card to make sure it truly is your signature. So you need a signature that you use when you sign the bottom of your driver's license, when you sign the bank signature card, when you sign your checks or anything like that. Your signature needs to be your signature that matches. Signatures are written in cursive, not print. So you might see sometimes on a form, print your name and then signature. Where it says print your name, you print it. But where it says signature, we need to switch to cursive and actually write a signature. Here are some examples. This is how Mr. Gillum would write his name. This is how Mr. Gillum would sign his name. This is how Mrs. Russell would write her name. This is how Mrs. Russell would sign her name. This is how Mrs. Jones would write her name. This is how Mrs. Jones would sign her name.